Aging brings wisdom, experience, and change, but one change few notice is how food affects our bodies more profoundly after 60. While youth tolerates dietary mistakes, the body after 60 becomes more sensitive, especially to what we eat regularly, like fish. Fish can be one of the most powerful superfoods or a hidden toxin, depending entirely on the type and preparation. For seniors, fish isn't just about protein, it's about brain health, inflammation, heart strength, and reducing the risk of chronic disease. The right fish can support memory, stabilize mood, protect arteries, and ease joint pain, making it a true gift from nature. But the wrong fish can accelerate cognitive decline, burden your kidneys, raise heavy metal levels, and promote inflammation deep within. This script will guide you through 4 essential fish you should prioritize and 4 you should avoid like a health hazard. This isn't just another list, it's your roadmap to smarter choices for sharper thinking, stronger muscles, and better long-term vitality. Let's begin with the fish that belong in your kitchen and in your diet at least twice a week without fail. Salmon. Salmon stands tall as one of the most beneficial fish for adults over 60, particularly wild-caught, Alaskan, or Pacific varieties. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, salmon directly supports cognitive function, helping prevent memory loss and mental fog as we age. Those omega-3 esters, specifically EPA and DHA, are crucial in reducing inflammation that contributes to arthritis, heart disease, and neurodegenerative decline. Beyond that, salmon is a complete protein source that preserves muscle mass, preventing the frailty that can increase fall risk. It also delivers vitamin D, which becomes harder to absorb naturally through sunlight with age, affecting bones and immune resilience. Not all salmon is equal, however. Farm-raised salmon often contains lower omega-3s and may harbor contaminants from crowded, unnatural environments. Opt for wild-caught varieties, which are leaner, cleaner, and naturally richer in nutrients critical for healthy aging and longevity. Preparing salmon with gentle methods like steaming, baking, or pan-searing preserves its delicate fats and keeps your dish heart-smart and nourishing. Aging brains crave DHA, the omega-3 found in salmon, that fortifies brain membranes, reducing age shrinkage, and boosting mood stability. Eating salmon just twice a week is linked to reduced risk of Alzheimer's and slower overall brain aging in seniors. Sardines. Sardines may look humble, but they're nutritional giants, packed with protein, omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin B12 in a tiny package. They're among the few fish low on the food chain, meaning they contain minimal mercury and heavy metals, ideal for senior health. What's more, sardines are often canned with their edible bones, delivering a calcium punch that supports aging joints and strong bones. For seniors worried about osteoporosis, sardines can be a surprise ally, providing bone-strengthening minerals in a soft, digestible, and easy format. They also contain coenzyme Q10, a heart-loving nutrient that supports energy production and reduces oxidative stress within cardiovascular tissue. B12, found abundantly in sardines, combats fatigue, supports red blood cell health, and helps maintain brain connectivity and memory sharpness. Since aging bodies often struggle with B12 absorption, eating sardines provides a dietary boost that bypasses the need for supplementation. These fish are affordable, shelf-stable, and perfect for adding to salads, whole grain crackers, or lightly warming with olive oil. Choose canned sardines packed in water or olive oil, not soybean or seed oils, to preserve their anti-inflammatory benefits and clean taste. They're not only sustainable, but also provide a dense nutritional payload with virtually no preparation, making them ideal for effortless senior nutrition. Rainbow trout. Trout, especially rainbow trout from freshwater farms in the U.S., is considered one of the safest, cleanest fish for older adults. It's high in protein, low in contaminants, and rich in vitamin B12, potassium, and selenium, key nutrients that support multiple systems. Unlike many large fish, trout carries low mercury levels, meaning it's safe to eat frequently without straining your liver or kidneys. Seniors benefit from trout's omega-3 content, which reduces joint pain, supports retinal health, and nourishes the skin from within. Trout is also relatively easy to digest, making it a perfect choice for older adults with slower metabolism or digestive issues. This fish supports healthy blood pressure thanks to its natural potassium content, which helps regulate fluid balance and heart rhythm effectively. It also contains niacin, which supports cholesterol balance and reduces oxidative stress in blood vessels, reducing stroke and heart attack risk. Grill it with herbs, lemon, and olive oil for a low-sodium, anti-inflammatory meal that feels gourmet without excess fat or salt. Unlike overly processed meats or mystery seafood, trout is traceable, clean, and approved by environmental groups for its sustainable farming. Including trout in your routine means protecting your heart, your brain, and your digestion without complexity or high culinary effort. Mackerel, Atlantic. Mackerel sometimes gets overlooked due to its strong flavor, but Atlantic mackerel offers unrivaled benefits for aging cardiovascular and neural systems. It's one of the richest natural sources of omega-3s, richer even than salmon, while also providing selenium, magnesium, and muscle-preserving protein. Seniors need consistent anti-inflammatory nutrients to offset arthritis, brain aging, and blood vessel stiffness, exactly what mackerel delivers in every bite. Its high levels of EPA and DHA help regulate triglycerides, improve cholesterol ratios, and support vibrant brain cell membrane function. It's also high in vitamin D and B-complex vitamins, essential for bone strength, energy production, and neurotransmitter health as we age. Mackerel is best enjoyed grilled or broiled. Avoid deep frying, which adds harmful fats that cancel out its cardiovascular benefits. Be sure to choose Atlantic mackerel, not king or Spanish mackerel, as those larger varieties tend to accumulate much higher mercury levels. Canned mackerel in olive oil is also a convenient, tasty option, preserving the fish's nutrients while offering long shelf life practicality. A couple of mackerel servings weekly can support healthy joints, sharper thinking, and stronger immune resilience, all critical for post-60 health. Now that we've covered the heroes, let's turn to the villains, the fish that seniors should avoid to preserve long-term well-being. Pilefish. Pilefish is often praised for its mild flavor and firm texture, but it carries one of the highest mercury contents among seafood. Mercury is particularly dangerous for older adults, affecting memory, cognitive function, and even contributing to balance and coordination difficulties over time. Consuming tilefish frequently can silently burden the nervous system, leading to increased risk of tremors, confusion, or mood instability. Because tilefish are long-lived, they accumulate more mercury and toxins than smaller, fast-growing fish, making them risky for aging bodies. Seniors should especially avoid tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico, which are known to carry mercury levels that far exceed safety limits. Even a single serving may introduce mercury beyond what's advisable for a full week, particularly harmful to those with weakened detoxification pathways. Symptoms of mercury buildup can appear slowly, such as fatigue, irritability, memory lapses, or unusual numbness, and often mimic normal aging. But these symptoms can be avoided entirely by skipping tilefish and choosing low-mercury alternatives like trout or sardines instead. For safety, the FDA strongly recommends seniors and children avoid tilefish altogether, no matter how well prepared or seasoned it may be. Think of tilefish not as a delicacy, but as a neurological gamble that's never worth the risk when safer options exist nearby. King mackerel. While Atlantic mackerel is a nutrient powerhouse, king mackerel is its dangerous cousin, loaded with mercury and unsafe for older adults. King mackerel is a large predator fish, meaning it eats smaller fish and bioaccumulates toxins up the food chain very rapidly. This species contains such high mercury that even occasional consumption can raise blood mercury levels significantly, harming nerves and cognition. Because seniors often metabolize toxins more slowly, king mackerel poses an even greater risk to long-term memory and cognitive sharpness. Eating king mackerel can also increase oxidative stress, contributing to inflammation that damages blood vessels and accelerates heart disease progression. Its nutrient profile does not justify the risk, especially when safer mackerel options offer superior benefits with fewer contaminants and toxins. The FDA warns older adults to completely avoid king mackerel, particularly those with memory concerns, high blood pressure, or kidney issues. Mislabeling can be a problem, so verify that any mackerel product you buy is clearly marked Atlantic or Pacific. never king. Canned mackerel, especially from trusted sources, should also list species origin to help you avoid accidental mercury exposure unknowingly. Make mackerel your ally, but only the right type, because when it comes to brain and heart health, details matter more than ever. Orange ruffy. Orange ruffy is marketed as a mild, tender fish ideal for delicate palates, but its toxicity makes it a threat to seniors. It lives up to 150 years, allowing it to absorb massive amounts of mercury and industrial pollutants throughout its lengthy lifespan. This fish's long age makes it one of the most contaminated, commonly eaten fish on the market, posing risks to cognitive function. For seniors, the consequences can be subtle but serious: difficulty concentrating, slow thinking, and persistent exhaustion linked to chronic mercury exposure. Orange ruffy also contains low levels of beneficial omega-3s, meaning its risks vastly outweigh any potential nutritional advantages it offers. Unfortunately, orange ruffy is sometimes disguised on menus under other names, so be cautious when ordering unknown whitefish at restaurants. The FDA and environmental groups strongly advise seniors to avoid this species, especially if dealing with heart or neurological conditions. Instead, choose cod, trout, or haddock for a mild-tasting fish, without the hidden toxic baggage that orange ruffy carries silently. What seems like a harmless fillet can deliver an invisible dose of long-lasting neurological burden that's hard to reverse later. Be informed, because after 60, every bite either builds your future or subtracts from it, slowly and silently beneath the surface. Jark meat may sound exotic or adventurous, but it's one of the worst possible choices for older adults watching their health. Why? Because sharks are apex predators. They eat everything below them, accumulating mercury, lead, and other industrial contaminants in alarming concentrations. Aging bodies don't detoxify like they once did, meaning toxins from shark meat can linger longer and do more permanent damage. These toxins can accumulate in fat tissues, travel to the brain, and interfere with neurotransmitters involved in memory, focus, and clarity. Some studies have linked high shark consumption to increased risk of Alzheimer's-like symptoms, anxiety, and unexplained chronic fatigue in older adults. Jark also tends to be dry and chewy, making it harder to digest, especially for seniors with weaker stomach acid or enzymes. Even occasional consumption can lead to bioaccumulation over time, so this is a fish that's best eliminated entirely from your plate. Furthermore, shark is often mislabeled, so avoid fish with ambiguous names like flake, rock salmon, or whitefish on foreign restaurant menus. From a sustainability standpoint, shark is also a disaster. Many species are endangered or overfished, harming ecosystems while endangering your health. For both ethical and personal reasons, seniors should avoid shark entirely. There are no redeeming nutritional advantages worth the risk involved. Let's pause and reflect. There are 4 fish that seniors over 60 should regularly enjoy to improve their long-term vitality. These are wild-caught salmon, sardines, preferably canned in olive oil, rainbow trout, and Atlantic mackerel, not to be confused with king. Each of these fish brings powerful benefits: omega-3s for brain health, proteins for muscle, and micronutrients for heart and cellular repair. They're also low in mercury, easily digestible, and often inexpensive, perfect for practical senior meal planning and long-term health goals. Aging gracefully requires more than willpower. It requires smart choices, and few choices are smarter than selecting these clean, nourishing seafood options. If you build meals around these 4 fish, you'll notice clearer thinking, steadier energy, fewer joint aches, and deeper, restful sleep. The secret to longevity is often consistency, small daily choices that compound over months and years to build lasting strength and resilience. There's no magic pill, but there are magic foods. And fish, when chosen wisely, is one of the most potent magic foods available. By making these 4 your go-to staples, you're investing in health outcomes your future self will profoundly thank you for. On the flip side, let's solidify your no-go list, the fish that every person over 60 should firmly avoid and reject. These are tilefish, king mackerel, orange ruffy, and shark, all notorious for their high mercury levels and dangerous bioaccumulation profiles. They may appear on menus dressed in fancy seasoning, but beneath the surface, they carry a toxic burden your body doesn't need. There is no safe frequency to eat these fish. After 60, once every few months can still contribute to long-term neurological decline. Seniors must become label detectives, checking the species, origin, and catch method before placing anything from the sea on their plate. You're not being paranoid, you're being informed. And in today's world, informed choices are the cornerstone of empowered, age-defying living. When in doubt, avoid large, long-lived fish. Opt instead for small, fast-growing species with low contamination and high nutritional density. You have far too much to live for to gamble with heavy metals or hidden toxins masquerading as seafood delicacies. Now, let's shift gears and dive deeper. Why exactly do fish like salmon and sardines support aging so effectively? Omega-3 fatty acids aren't just buzzwords, they're fundamental building blocks for the brain, heart, eyes, and even emotional regulation after 60. DHA, a component of omega-3s, forms a major part of your brain's gray matter, critical for memory, learning, and executive function. EPA, the other major omega-3, is a potent inflammation fighter, reducing swelling, stiffness, and even the depression that can accompany aging. As we age, the brain shrinks slightly. DHA slows this shrinkage, preserving structure, plasticity, and synaptic connections crucial for clear thinking. These fats also thin the blood slightly, reducing stroke risk and improving circulation to the extremities, preventing cold hands or feet. Omega-3s lower triglycerides, regulate heartbeat, and balance cholesterol, making them heart protectors, as powerful as many prescription drugs. Unfortunately, the modern Western diet lacks these fats, meaning deficiency is rampant, especially among adults over 60 who don't supplement or eat fish. That's why choosing fish naturally rich in omega-3s like salmon, sardines, and mackerel is a nutritional strategy with dramatic upside potential. Even just 2 servings per week can reduce your risk of heart attack, dementia, and macular degeneration significantly, according to studies. Think of omega-3 acids not as nutrients, but as biological protectors, scaffolding your brain and heart to stay youthful, sharp, and strong. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass with age, can begin as early as your 50s and accelerate rapidly after 60 without intervention. Protein is the antidote, but not just any protein. You need lean, bioavailable protein that digests easily without overloading your digestive system. Fish provides that, especially soft, textured options like trout, cod, or canned sardines that don't require heavy chewing or strong stomach acid. Muscle isn't just about strength. It supports posture, joint protection, blood sugar control, and mobility, all of which matter more as we age. Seniors who eat adequate protein preserve independence longer, experience fewer falls, and maintain better metabolic function well into their 80s. Fish also provides amino acids like leucine, which specifically triggers muscle-building pathways, especially important after mild resistance training or walking. Unlike red meat, fish doesn't come with saturated fat baggage or high cholesterol risk, making it a cleaner, safer, long-term protein source. With the right fish, you don't just maintain muscle, you maintain energy, enthusiasm, and the physical confidence to engage with life fully. That's why fish is more than dinner. It's a defense system against frailty, fatigue, and the slow decline often mistaken as normal. Every bite of high-quality fish is a step away from weakness and a step towards sustained strength that fuels vibrant senior living. Why are toxins like mercury so much more dangerous for older adults than for younger people with faster metabolisms and stronger detox systems? Because aging slows down the body's ability to eliminate harmful compounds, especially heavy metals, that embed in fat and neurological tissue. Mercury crosses the blood-brain barrier where it can damage neurons, interrupt signals, and even contribute to early-stage cognitive decline or dementia. The liver, which processes toxins, often becomes less efficient with age, meaning metals hang around longer, amplifying their harm over time. Seniors also face increased risk of kidney damage from heavy metals, especially those already managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or dehydration. Symptoms of mercury toxicity, brain fog, memory slips, irritability, tingling, and weakness are often mistaken as just aging when they're actually preventable. The solution? Eat low-mercury fish only and completely eliminate high-mercury species like king mackerel, tilefish, shark, and orange ruffy. Don't wait until symptoms appear. Proactive prevention through smarter seafood selection is one of the most powerful anti-aging strategies available today. Toxins are invisible, but their effects are painfully real. Every plate of clean fish you eat is an act of cellular defense. When you eat for purity, your body rewards you with clarity, steadiness, and vibrant health that defies the number on your birth certificate. Another often overlooked factor when choosing fish is environmental impact, and it turns out that what's better for the planet helps seniors too. Overfished, polluted ecosystems produce fish loaded with toxins, antibiotics, and microplastics, all of which can worsen inflammation in sensitive, aging bodies. Conversely, sustainably caught or farmed fish tend to be cleaner, fresher, and better regulated, meaning fewer unknowns and fewer harmful surprises. Look for certifications like MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, or ASC, Stewardship Council, when shopping for packaged fish in stores. When dining out, ask your waiter, is this wild-caught or farm-raised, and where was it sourced? Empower yourself with curiosity and care. Small, consistent efforts to choose better fish translate into long-term protection, not just for your health, but for your grandchildren's environment. Fish like sardines and trout rank high in sustainability and low in environmental impact, making them excellent choices for mindful, health-conscious aging. The oceans may be vast, but your choices ripple through them. What you support on your plate shapes the sea itself. And in return, the sea nourishes you or poisons you, depending on what you invite into your body with your next forkful. Make the decision every time. Support sustainability, choose low-toxin, nutrient-dense fish, and reject species that exploit the planet or your health. One of the greatest challenges seniors face is digestion, especially after heavy meals, but fish offers relief where red meat fails miserably. Fish digests much faster than beef or pork, reducing post-meal fatigue, bloating, and discomfort that often follow protein-heavy dishes. Its lighter texture and lower connective tissue content mean it breaks down gently in the stomach, requiring less stomach acid and enzymes. This becomes crucial as digestive capacity naturally declines with age, making red meats harder to tolerate and sometimes even inflammatory. Fish also contains collagen, especially in skin-on varieties like salmon, which supports joint flexibility and gut lining repair for seniors with digestive concerns. Unlike processed meats, fish doesn't come with harmful nitrates, preservatives, or compounds that can disrupt your gut flora or raise cancer risk. For older adults managing IBS, constipation, or indigestion, switching to fish meals can result in faster recovery and less abdominal distress. It's a powerful feeling to enjoy a satisfying meal without bloating, gas, or heaviness, a feeling fish delivers reliably every time. So whether you grill, steam, or pan-sear it, fish gives your body nourishment without punishment, ideal for long-term wellness and ease. Food should feel good after 60. With fish, it does. It fuels your energy, not your discomfort, and that matters deeply. Fresh fish is ideal, but canned fish offers practicality, affordability, and surprising nutrition, especially when you choose wisely and store properly. Canned sardines, salmon, mackerel, and even trout retain most of their omega-3s protein and minerals, and they're convenient for quick meals anytime. They also don't spoil quickly, making them perfect for seniors who live alone, shop infrequently, or manage tight grocery budgets. Bones in canned sardines or salmon provide natural calcium, easy to absorb and helpful for aging bones, especially when vitamin D is included. Choose cans packed in olive oil or water, not vegetable or soybean oil, which introduces unhealthy omega-6 fats and hidden inflammation. Drain the excess oil if needed, but don't discard it entirely. It carries some omega-3s and preserves the flavor beautifully. These shelf-stable products can be added to salads, stirred into pasta, spread on whole grain toast, or eaten straight with a fork. Look for BPA-free packaging, wild-caught labeling, and low-sodium varieties to ensure you're making the cleanest choice for heart and brain health. Always check the expiration date, but rest assured, canned fish can remain nutritionally potent for years when properly stored and sealed. In a world of fast food and preservatives, canned fish is one of the few convenience options that's still truly nourishing. cooking methods that preserve benefits and flavor. How you cook your fish matters almost as much as what fish you choose. It can either preserve nutrients or destroy them fast. Avoid deep frying, which introduces trans fats, oxidized oils, and compounds that inflame your arteries and harm your digestive system long term. Instead, opt for steaming, poaching, grilling, or pan-searing with extra virgin olive oil to preserve the omega-3 fats and flavor. Baking in parchment or foil locks in moisture without needing butter or heavy sauces, keeping the dish light, clean, and satisfying. Acidic components like lemon juice not only enhance taste but help tenderize proteins and support better mineral absorption, including calcium and iron. Herbs like dill, parsley, rosemary, and thyme complement fish beautifully, offering anti-inflammatory compounds and enhancing digestion through gentle stimulation. Avoid overcooking. This dries the fish, damages its fats, and makes it harder to chew, especially for those with dental sensitivity. When seasoning, skip the salt shaker. Use garlic, lemon zest, cracked pepper, turmeric, and olive oil for bold flavor without raising blood pressure. For seniors with dentures or chewing difficulty, poached fish becomes ideal. It's tender, moist, and gentle on both teeth and gums. Fish cooked with care becomes a centerpiece of joy, not just nutrition, an experience your body will reward with lasting comfort and vitality. Forgetfulness creeps in gradually, but research shows that diet plays a far greater role in memory preservation than previously believed. Fish, particularly fatty varieties, nourishes the hippocampus, the brain's memory center, helping protect against cognitive decline and shrinking with age. DHA, the omega-3 fat found in salmon and sardines, supports neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, connect, and recover from damage. EPA helps manage inflammation in the brain, which contributes to conditions like depression, mood swings, and mental fog as we age. Regular fish consumption has been linked to greater gray matter volume, faster processing speed, and better decision-making ability in senior adults. Even once-a-week servings of omega-3 rich fish can reduce dementia risk significantly, according to large-scale observational studies on aging populations. Brain health isn't just about crossword puzzles. It's about nutrition that fortifies brain cells at the structural, electrical, and chemical level. No supplement can replace the complex synergy of nutrients found naturally in fish. Protein, selenium, iodine, B12, and omega-3s all work together. When you feed your brain properly, you feel it. Fewer tip-of-the-tongue moments, more alert mornings, and steadier emotional balance throughout the day. Your memories deserve protection. Fish offers that protection quietly, consistently, and deliciously when included in your weekly dietary rhythm. What we eat affects more than our bodies. It shapes our moods, our confidence, and our ability to feel calm and present. For seniors, this emotional nutrition becomes vital, especially when dealing with loneliness, grief, or transitions that can darken the golden years. Fish offers emotional nourishment, not just through its biochemical impact, but through its sensory comfort, warmth, and deep connection to cultural tradition. The act of preparing a beautiful fillet, seasoning it with care, and sitting down to savor it restores dignity to eating. It tells your body you matter, your health matters, your peace of mind and memory deserve to be protected. Bite by bite. Omega-3s themselves also impact serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters that govern happiness, motivation, and calmness, helping regulate mood naturally without medication. Seniors with mild depression often report feeling brighter and more hopeful after just weeks of consistent fish consumption, and this isn't coincidence. The brain is an organ, and like every organ, it responds to nourishment, especially the kind that soothes inflammation and restores balance. Eating fish isn't just an act of self-care, it's an act of self-respect, especially when done regularly, with thought and intention. You are what you eat, yes, but more importantly, you feel what you eat. And fish helps you feel alive, clear, and whole. Joint stiffness, arthritis, and reduced flexibility affect millions over 60, but diet can play a major role in slowing that progression. Fish, particularly oily species, offers anti-inflammatory compounds that cushion joints, reduce morning stiffness, and prevent cartilage breakdown with age. Omega-3s, reduce production of inflammatory prostaglandins and cytokines, molecules that contribute to swelling, pain, and joint degeneration over time. Studies show seniors who eat fish regularly report lower joint pain, better range of motion, and reduced reliance on NSAIDs or painkillers. Unlike pharmaceutical treatments, fish supports joint health holistically, improving not just symptoms, but the cellular environment that keeps joints lubricated and mobile. Salmon, mackerel, and sardines are especially effective here, delivering both omega-3s and vitamin D, which work together to maintain joint resilience. The collagen in fish skin also provides glycine and proline, amino acids that support connective tissue strength and reduce micro tears during movement. Staying mobile after 60 means more independence, more hobbies, and more freedom to engage with life on your own terms. If your joints could speak, they'd beg you for fish, a natural, healing source of the very fats that preserve flexibility. Why accept stiffness as normal when a few smart fish meals each week can keep your body fluid strong and pain-free? Vision changes are common after 60, but fish can serve as a powerful protector against the degeneration that often threatens aging eyes. Omega-3s, especially DHA, are essential components of the retina, supporting eye structure, moisture, and resistance to oxidative damage from light exposure. Fish consumption is associated with reduced risk of age macular degeneration, AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. It also helps prevent dry eye syndrome, which becomes more common postmenopause or with certain medications, causing discomfort and blurred sight. Salmon and sardines also contain vitamin A and zinc, two critical nutrients for night vision and overall eye health preservation. Lutein and zeaxanthin, found in some fish, act as internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and preventing photo damage to retinal tissue. For seniors who spend time reading, on screens, or outdoors, fish supports sharper focus, stronger contrast sensitivity, and reduced eye strain. Even if you already wear glasses, nutrition plays a pivotal role in how clearly, comfortably, and consistently you see the world. Your eyes are precious. Through them you witness life. Fish gives them the nutrients they crave to keep witnessing with clarity and grace. Add fish to your plate and you're adding protection to the most delicate, irreplaceable lenses your body will ever own. After 60, cardiovascular health becomes one of the most critical pillars of longevity, and fish is one of its greatest allies. Regular fish intake reduces the risk of sudden cardiac death, heart attack, and stroke, especially in those with high blood pressure. Omega-3 estrogens reduce triglyceride levels, lower resting heart rate, and help maintain arterial elasticity, keeping your blood flowing smoothly without harmful clot formation. These fats also reduce systemic inflammation, one of the root causes of hypertension, arterial plaque buildup, and vascular stiffening over time. Fish like salmon, trout, and sardines contain potassium and magnesium, minerals that help regulate heartbeat and stabilize electrical activity in heart tissue. Seniors with heart conditions who eat fish frequently experience fewer complications, improved exercise tolerance, and reduced shortness of breath or fatigue. Beyond nutrients, fish offers clean, low-saturated fat protein that nourishes without overburdening the heart with cholesterol or excess metabolic stress. Unlike red meat, which often contributes to plaque accumulation, fish actually helps clear the arteries and promotes endothelial function for better flow. This is why many cardiologists recommend fatty fish twice a week, not as a trend, but as a clinically supported intervention. The ocean holds answers. When you eat the right fish, your heart beats a little easier, longer, and more rhythmically with time. Immunity naturally weakens after 60, making older adults more vulnerable to infections, inflammation, and slower healing from illness or injury.
Fish offers zinc, selenium, and vitamin D, all essential nutrients for powering immune cells, fighting pathogens, and shortening recovery time from illness. Vitamin D, found abundantly in salmon and mackerel, enhances innate immunity and helps prevent chronic infections and autoimmune flare-ups common in seniors. Selenium supports the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, which protects every cell, including white blood cells, from oxidative damage. Zinc, present in sardines and trout, helps maintain strong skin and mucosal barriers, your first line of defense against viruses and bacteria. The omega-3s in fish reduce chronic inflammation that often weakens the immune system's ability to respond sharply to real threats.
They also improve the function of B and T cells, key players in recognizing and destroying invaders like bacteria, fungi, or cancer cells.
In an age of unpredictable viruses and drug-resistant bugs, dietary immune support matters more than ever for preserving energy and resilience. Fish doesn't just keep you strong, it keeps you safe, armoring your inner defenses against the invisible threats that increase with age. You may not see your immune system working, but when nourished well, it protects you like a quiet guardian from within. It's common for seniors to experience mental fatigue, mood swings, or emotional dullness, but these aren't inevitable symptoms of getting older. They're often the result of chronic inflammation, poor neurotransmitter signaling, and blood sugar instability, all of which fish helps to balance. Omega-3s enhance serotonin and dopamine production, neurochemicals that stabilize mood, reduce anxiety, and support a sense of grounded emotional wellness. Seniors who consume fish regularly report less depression, more focus, and greater enthusiasm, even during difficult life transitions like retirement or grief. That's because fish doesn't just work biologically, it connects you to nature, to culture, and to a deeper rhythm of nourishment and care. The act of eating well fosters self-respect, and that emotional foundation can be transformative, especially in seasons of loss, change, or reinvention. Every bite of salmon or sardine becomes an act of affirmation, reminding your mind and soul that you're still deserving of health. Food affects feelings, and fish, more than almost any protein, brings emotional lightness, sharpness, and the stamina to stay present and engaged. You don't need to feel foggy. You don't need to feel sad. Let fish gently bring clarity where confusion once stood. Is not just nourishment for the brain, it's a subtle yet powerful therapy for the soul, offered in every thoughtful portion. Choosing the right fish also means learning to decode labels, sources, and certifications that distinguish clean options from toxic. Look for terms like wild caught, sustainably sourced, or MSC certified to ensure the fish was responsibly harvested and free from contaminants. Avoid vague phrases like product of China or farm raised in Asia, which often signal poor regulation, antibiotics, or heavy metal exposure. Fresh fish should have firm flesh, a clean ocean scent, and no slimy coating. Trust your nose and your instincts always.
When buying canned fish, prioritize BPA-free lining, low-sodium options, and varieties packed in olive oil or spring water, not soybean or corn oil.
Frozen fish can be just as nutritious as fresh, especially when flash frozen shortly after being caught, locking in its natural omega-3 content. Don't fear frozen, just avoid breaded, battered, or pre-seasoned versions loaded with salt, preservatives, or inflammatory cooking oils. Keep portions moderate. For most seniors, 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week offers maximum benefit with minimum risk. Consult with a doctor if you take blood thinners. Omega-3s may interact slightly, though the benefits generally far outweigh the concerns. Find fish wisely is a habit. And like all habits, it becomes easier and more intuitive with time, trust, and repetition. Seniors are prone to dehydration, but fish can help balance fluid levels thanks to its moisture content and electrolyte-supporting nutrients. Fish is naturally hydrating, especially moist cooked varieties like poached trout or steamed cod, which deliver protein alongside cellular water and minerals. The potassium in fish supports fluid balance, muscle contraction, and blood pressure stability, especially crucial during hot months or after illness or sweating. Sodium levels in fresh fish are low, making it heart-friendly, especially when seasoned naturally instead of relying on processed sauces. The moisture content also supports digestion, reducing constipation and promoting smoother bowel movements, common challenges for adults over 60. This makes fish a double win. It hydrates while nourishing, helping you meet fluid goals without chugging glasses of plain water. Seniors who struggle to drink enough daily often benefit from water-rich meals like fish, fruits, and soups, all easier to absorb. Well, hydration supports brain function, skin health, and joint mobility, meaning the synergy between fish and fluids improves vitality from head to toe. Combine fish meals with lemon water or herbal teas to further support circulation, liver detox, and electrolyte harmony throughout your system. In the end, fish isn't just food, it's a fluid-rich medicine that helps hydrate, energize, and regulate your most vital systems. In the world's longest living cultures, Japan, Sardinia, Iceland, and Okinawa, fish plays a central role in daily meals and extended lifespans. These populations eat fish not for trend but tradition, valuing it as a sacred food that heals, strengthens, and deeply satisfies. Their diets are low in red meat, high in vegetables, and anchored by ocean offerings rich in clean protein and essential fats. They cook simply, eat slowly, and share meals, making food a ritual of connection, not just a biological necessity. Studies of centenarians show that frequent fish consumption correlates with lower dementia rates, stronger bones, and longer periods of independence. The lesson is clear. When you make fish a lifestyle, not just a supplement, your health aligns with the rhythms of longevity. Adopt the habits of long-living societies, fresh fish, mindful eating, moderation, and joy, and watch how vitality returns even in your 7th decade. It's never too late to course correct. The human body is astonishingly responsive even after decades of poor eating or neglect. One fish meal won't change your life, but one fish habit repeated weekly might very well extend it by years. In the end, longevity isn't just about years, it's about quality. Fish supports both beautifully and deliciously in every nourishing bite.